Subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell button and enjoy the latest uploads from our channel.
We recently went over window location as well as window open. How do I create a link that doesn't actually bring me anywhere? And that is a very good question. And for a lot of web developers, this takes a lot of time or a lot of research to actually find out. So what I mean by an empty link is that when you click a link, nothing happens. Now, there's two ways to do this. First of all, we can change the href to the number sign, and that just displays a link like this. So let me scroll down a little bit. When I click this link, it just brings me back to the top. Now that's the problem with this. Now as far as I know, Opera is the only one that supports this as an empty link. Everything else, so Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, and Safari, will all bring you back to the top of the page. Now you remember how we did this before? How we linked to other links inside our page? We just did this, right? This time all we're doing is we're leaving it blank and we're just using a number sign. Or, quite often known now, as a hashtag. So the reason it brings us back to the top of the page is because it's looking for another link inside the page, so it doesn't have to reload, and it's going from the top to the bottom. The problem with this is it's going to start with this. It's looking for name as our link, but it doesn't find anything, so it stops at the top. And that's how we got back to the top. And here's the real way to do it, and this is actually going to prevent us from going all the way back to the top of the page. And this is one method of inserting our JavaScript straight into our HTML. Now this doesn't work with every attribute, but this is very popular with the href attribute in our anchor tag, which is our link. So what we do here is we have our link, href, that's our attribute. We wrote JavaScript, colon. The space here is optional. You don't need it. You can put it if you like. I usually put it in there just because it makes your code look a little more tidy. And we write void, bracket, 0, bracket. That's a 0, not an uppercase O. So this example right here will display a link that looks just like this. And what happens when we click it? Nothing happens. I could click this over and over and over again. Nothing's going to happen. And the reason that nothing happens is because JavaScript is saying this is void. There's nothing there. There's nothing to link to. So really what it does is our JavaScript overwrites our HTML in our browser and says, hey, there's nothing here. Don't even try to load anything else. But because there's still the anchor element, it's still going to act like a link. So why even use an empty link? Well, we can use an event trigger, such as onClick or onMouseDown, and we can use those to activate a JavaScript function. We haven't covered functions or events yet. When we get there, those are two new elements of knowledge that will change interactivity of every website you ever make. But until then, you have to settle for tricking people with an...
If you think this video was helpful, give thumbs up. And subscribe us for information regarding technology. Thank you.